want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
Okay, so movie trilogies. I want to talk about that. And there are actually a good amount of movie trilogies that are good. And you would think, like, okay, no, there's probably only like 4 good movie trilogies. But when you think about it, and if you look up some shit, you'd be like, wow, really? That is a trilogy? Those are movies that became a trilogy? So I really only know like a couple off the top of my head. So I wanted to put like, you know, my top. Not really. I didn't want to do like, oh, this is a top 10. I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do like a top 10. I just wanted to name movie trilogies and not really put them in order, but just name them, and I guess put them in order. I won't put them, I don't know, we'll see. I'll name the first one, and I think everyone obviously knows this one. Toy Story. I mean, who doesn't know what that is? Obviously. If you don't know what Toy Story is, then you live under a fucking rock. It's a trilogy, but it is, a 4th one's coming out in 2019. I mean, technically it's not a trilogy, but I guess for now it's a trilogy. One thing I always found weird about Toy Story was, does anyone remember like Sid's toys? Those things were so creepy. The doll head with like the hair that wasn't there, but it had like those little hair follicles. Dude, that shit was creepy. And I don't know if anyone remembers, I think it was the 2nd one. If it's not the 2nd one, it was obviously the 3rd one. The Garbage Man. There was a Garbage Man with the skull on his shirt, and I guess that was supposed to be Sid, obviously, as a Garbage Man. I think it was the 2nd one. If not, it was obviously the 3rd one. But yeah, no, the Toy Story movies, those are my, I love those shits. Those are my favorite. But yeah, that was always funny to me. And one of my favorite parts in those movies was that Pizza fucking Palace place. That shit always looked fun. I don't know why to me. That always looked like a place I always wanted to go to. And I think one of the funniest parts of that movie was those little fucking alien things when they're ready to grab them up. Oh my god. To be honest though, that movie really is funny. I don't care what age you are. Seriously. Watching that movie is fucking hilarious. Another trilogy. Lord of the Rings. Favorite movie of all time. I love that movie. If you guys don't know, now you do know. It is the greatest movie of all time. It has everything a movie should have. Best action scenes. Has friendship.
I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. And I don't mean to. I don't mean to.
Oh, Sam.
Has betrayal.
They will find the ring and kill the one who carries it. Frodo. I did not seriously think that a hobbit could contend with the will of Sauron. There are none who can. Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory. We must join with him, Gandalf. We must join with Sauron. It would be wise, my friend.
Tell me, friend, when did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
It has the great, like, the quest they go on is just, it's the greatest. Like, the atmosphere is unbelievable. They fucking filmed it in New Zealand. Like, the music of the film is unbelievable. The music of it is unbelievable. It's so great. I have it on my phone, and I don't listen to, like, classical music, but the only time I'm obviously listening to it is when I'm listening to the soundtrack of Lord of the Rings, because it's, like, so fucking, like, peaceful and shit to listen to. Like, the music is just so fucking great. I love it. Also, I mean, I'm not saying the movie's perfect. There's obviously flaws in the movie. I mean, I could name tons of flaws. I mean, for example, it was funny, but it was like, I feel like they played out a little bit too much. If any of you guys remember in the trilogy, Gimli, they kind of played it out a little bit too much, like, you know, making him a little goofy. Like, if any of you guys saw when he was at the bar, so he was in the bar, right, and he was having like a drinking contest, and then he like passed out on the floor. It was like a goofy scene.
I feel something. A slight tingle in my fingers. I think it's affecting me.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
I mean, I'm not saying Lord of the Rings is supposed to be like some serious shit, but I mean, you know, they did play out some other goofy scenes in the movie. Like when him and Legolas were like counting down the guys. Well, I mean, I did like that part. I don't think they should have took that part out. That part was pretty cool. And another thing was Legolas. He was like perfect. He never died. Like, what the fuck? Dude, how do you not die? I don't care if, like, in the book, I mean, I love the books too, but I don't care if it said, like, elves don't die, but it's like, dude, Legolas, he didn't die from anything. And one thing I did hate about Lord of the Rings, not hate about it, one thing I hated when people said about Lord of the Rings is it had, people said they already knew Frodo would destroy the ring after they saw the first movie. It had no plot twist. What do you mean it had no plot twist? In the first movie, there was tons of plot twists. When Gandalf died, first time I saw the movie, I thought Gandalf was, like, he was done. He was dead. He was dead. Another plot twist was when Aragorn, when he fell down the cliff. Who remembers that? I remember when he fell down the cliff, I thought he was fucked. And he's a main character. He was a big part in the movie. And, I mean, when I'm speaking right now is in movie terms, not the book, not J.R.R. Tolkien. But yeah, it's like I thought he was done. Also, Gollum and Shelov's lair in the Return of the King, when he fell down, I was like, oh shit, Gollum's done, he's dead. Then when he came back up during when Frodo and Sam were ready, I was like, oh fuck, he's back. I mean, there's so many plot twists in the movie, so many. And when people say there's none, it's like, it bothers me, but you know, whatever. They're missing out if they didn't see the other two after seeing the first. Because I've seen plenty of people say that. And even people say it to me. I see people say it online, and people have said it to me too in person. And I just don't understand. You see the first movie because it's like, oh, okay, I already knew he was going to destroy the ring. Okay, what? And you don't finish the other two movies? Like, what? That makes no sense. It's funny. I mean, Lord of the Rings, I know, I saw somewhere that it was the highest, not the highest selling movie for money. I think it had the most Oscar nominations. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Alright, I'm done with Lord of the Rings. I just talked so much about it. Sorry. I just like fucking fanboyed so much. Okay, next I'm going to talk about is The Godfather. Even though I did not see the second and third one, and I only saw the first, I am only going to talk about the first. And if you guys saw the second and third one, then you can comment about it, since I didn't see the second and third, and most likely I don't plan on it. I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't, I mean, it was a great movie, but I just don't, you know, I'm not feeling as if I'm gonna see the second and third one, but, you know, I mean, the first one was great. It's just, you know, I'm not too it just doesn't seem like something I would see, like the second and third one. I wasn't too hyped up about it, like, oh my god, they came out with a second and third one, woohoo! Like, I wasn't that, you know, yeah, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, it was a great movie. I loved it. It was such a great movie. Plot, unbelievable. Had a great movie. Everything a trilogy should have. Everything, like I just said, for Lord of the Rings. Characters, perfect. I mean, it had a great cast. Al Pacino, Robert Duvall. Just like Lord of the Rings, like I just said. That's what a trilogy needs. Like, you need to have... That's the thing. That's what it needs to be. Like, for a trilogy to have. You can't have 3 movies without having a great cast. Like, you can't, like, that's the one thing you can't not have. Like, you can have a great movie and have 3+ movies, like 3, 4, 5, 6 movies, and have a shitty cast, but it will be a shitty movie. Like, you guys understand what I'm trying to say? You know, you need to have great cast, great plot for it to be a good trilogy. Also, I think for it to actually, for the movie to become one, because no one wants to see a second and third movie with a shitty cast, you know? I mean, I don't understand how the Minions movie, which I think they're making a second one, Despicable Me, actually, that one definitely deserved to have a trilogy. That was a great movie. I love the Despicable Me movies. Great. I love Steve Carell. He's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I love how the kids movies, it's like I like the most. I mean, but hold on. I'm gonna get into the more, like, I mean, I'm not gonna really be like, oh, I'm gonna get into the more in-depth non-kid trilogy movies. Because, I mean, I don't know. I just don't base it off of that. Because all movies are movies. I don't really base, like, kids movies on kids movies. Because Despicable Me is a great movie. I don't really find it as a kid's movie. It's a great it's a great film. It's a great film. I know this isn't a trilogy, but I know people have been not really fighting about it, but they've been talking about it like, oh, this isn't a reboot. This is just the second movie that was being made. The movie It. Obviously, you know, it was just remade. I mean, I don't know. I just don't find it, like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to say about this. I don't know if I'm gonna get hate about it, because there's a lot of people that take stuff personal about this, which I have no clue why. Me, as I see it, I think it was a remake. Is remake and reboot the same thing? I guess it is. I don't know, but I see it as a remake because it's called It. It is literally called It. Like, it's the same fucking movie. I mean, I don't know why people are having fights about it. I see on the internet, like, oh no, it's not a reboot. It's not a remake. What do you mean it's not a remake? The movie's called It. It has literally the same exact plot. Like, have you not seen the movie? I don't know if they're little kids who have not seen the movie from back then. Like, Stephen King's version of It. That's awesome. I mean, I didn't see the 2017 version yet. I didn't get to see it yet, but Stephen King's version, it's the best. And Tim Curry, dude, that's my boy. Him in Home Alone. He's hilarious in that movie.
Bye.
Have a lovely day.
So, Pirates of the Caribbean, even though it's not a trilogy, I want to treat it like it's a trilogy because at first, the first 3 movies came out within a period of time, like, so close, whereas everyone thought it was just a trilogy. But then the movies became so popular, the creators were like, okay, we gotta make more movies. And the first one came out, I was, what, fucking 8 years old? 2003, dude. I was 8. And then the second one came out 2005. 2006. And then the third one, 2007. So everyone was like, oh, okay, trilogy, they're done. But they made so much money, everyone was like, we gotta make more. And we want to see more movies. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It literally comes on TV, like, almost all the time. But I want to treat it like a trilogy, like I just said, because it was basically supposed to be one, Just like Lord of the Rings. Like, you know how Lord of the Rings all came out within a 3-year period? Like 2002, 2003, 2004? That's basically how Pirates of the Caribbean came out. It came out year after year after year. Well, 2003, 2006, 2007. I mean, but you get it. It was so close in years. But then the 4th one came out in 2011, and the 5th one just came out this year. They're making a 6th one, and they don't even know the fucking date. So they're already ahead of time. They already know what fucking... they already know they're making a 6th one. So they're trying to milk it out, trying to get that money. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said for the 3rd time, I'm gonna treat it like a trilogy because it basically, I thought there was only 3 movies. Till I found out there was a 4th one. I was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm fucking pumped. We got a 4th movie coming, and then we got a 5th. Now we got a 6th. Like, what is it gonna be, Harry Potter, where you got 8 movies? I mean, I'm not gonna put in Harry Potter in here because everybody knew there was gonna be so many movies, so there's no point. Harry Potter isn't a trilogy. There's too much shit in the book. I mean, listen, if J.K. Rowling really wanted to put Harry Potter in 3 films, she could have. Like Lord of the Rings, that had so much content in the books. In the books, it could have definitely went out to 8 movies, just like Harry Potter. But Peter Jackson just wanted to keep it right into 3 movies just to make it so simple. But I guess J.K. Rowling wanted to, milk that shit. Make 8 movies and get that moolah. Okay, now I'm gonna end it off with a bang. With a fucking bang. Austin Powers. One of the greatest fucking movies of all time. I mean, oops, trilogy. Well, movies too, it doesn't matter. I fucking love these movies. I have them all on DVD. Austin Powers Gold member. Oh my god, I fucking love that movie. Literally, you can quote anything. You could literally quote anything in that movie. That movie is the best. I love it. Like I said, a trilogy has to have the best cast. It has to have, whereas in Goldmember, whereas I'm going to talk about right now, it's like I talked about with Lord of the Rings, as I'm on reference right now, it had betrayal, and there was also love in the movie, and there was also some fucking epic ass action scenes, and obviously fucking hilarious scenes because it's a comedy movie. And it's just, that movie is just so funny. That movie is just so hilarious. I don't know any who doesn't find that movie funny. If you do not find that movie funny, then you have no sense. Everyone I've talked to finds that movie hilarious, and everyone I've talked to has seen that movie. So if you haven't seen that movie, then you know what? You just live under a rock. So go fucking see it. Or I'll just give you my DVD. I'll ship it out to you. Because you need to fucking see it. Okay, well, if you enjoyed this video, can you please slap a like? That would help a lot. But what would help even more is if you guys subscribe. Please subscribe. That would really help. I would love you guys if you subscribe. And, well, I will see you guys tomorrow because I'm going to try and upload on a daily basis. That's one thing I'm going to try to do. So, alright guys. Peace.